So can you tell us, like, why does magnetize work? Why would anyone even want to use their pleasure to pray? What is the science behind this?
There is so much science, and I mean, we could spend a whole podcast episode on the science.
Great.
But what I'm going to give is like my favorite tidbits of it. And because really one of the things that I really want people to understand is that, yes, there's a lot of magic that happens. There's a lot like within the realms of the universe and the weavings of like quantum theory and the unseen realms that gets to happen. Love that. I'm now bought into that, from someone who didn't believe in chakras to now being like
Emily Fletcher is showing up in your meditations.
Yeah, legit. And being quantumly entangled with the universe and like literally letting everything birth through me, is that the real hard science behind using our pleasure to pray is that we change our neurochemistry. Like when we are infusing pleasure into our dreams, is that we are infusing the pleasure when you're tapping into that creative life force energy, you are creating this chemical cocktail, like this bliss chemistry of like dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin. And when you have all of that around, you're feeling good. Like you feel alive. It feels electric. It feels delicious. And so when you start to infuse your dream into that chemical cocktail, it starts to feel good to have your dream. Your brain starts to, and your body, your nervous system, you know, we were saying whatever feels unfamiliar feels unsafe. You start to, like, that starts to allow this to feel familiar, so it feels safe. And it not only allows it to feel familiar and safe, but it allows it to feel so fucking good. And so then what happens, so you have this like, okay, it's feeling safe. It's now feeling good. I'm now like, so that's opening you up to be like, oh, wow, this dream is no longer scary. So those thoughts of like, I'm not worthy of this. This dream is unsafe. Self-sabotage literally don't exist because it starts to feel so good and so safe to have it. Your body actually forgets that you don't have it already. So then when the opportunities come up, it's like, oh yeah.
Of course.
Of course. It becomes an of course. So when we had that conversation on the phone, I knew I was already in Costa Rica because I'd done it 100 times in my meditations. I was like, of course I'm going to be in Costa Rica. Of course I'm going to be sitting here on the podcast. Of course I'm going to be like running the biggest Tantra school in London. Like we'll get there. I know it. Of course. Of course I'm going to be training like millions of people to be Tantra facilitators so that we can spread more of that magic far and wide and shift the way that society and the planet behaves. Of course. And it's that worthy, like I feel so worthy of it because I've lived it and it's felt good to live it 100 times, and I'm doing it every single day.
Yes, amen. And then when the opportunity comes, which it will, it's like you're greeting a long lost lover versus like, oh no, this is the thing that's going to make or break my career.
Yeah, and I'm afraid of it. What if it doesn't go right? What if it doesn't go well? Yeah.
And instead of that question, we can ask the question, let's see how good it can get.
Let's see how good
it can get.